At this moment, all the noble people are gathering here to carry out a ceremony on the holy day or the precept observation day. We are all the people that have intelligence and wisdom, and we wish to do auspicious things to clear their mind and also to redeem to what they own to their victims, and also to, like I said, redeem to the spirit, related spirit, and in some case they want to pay back to their benefactors in the past. So it is a great intention, and it will give them prosperity. So, as humans, one thing, as a symbol, which is great meaning, is the prosperity. Humans need to be developed, need to have prosperity, improvement, and a happy life is a result of development, self-development, and learning and studying. In terms of animal, if they are reborn in this realm, they need to improve themselves up. We are still within, and we are still attached to something, to the things that cause us sufferings, either from present lifetime or any lifetime. So, duty of everyone in this world is to study in order to improve themselves, learning and improve themselves, and what to get rid of, which is obstacles to our life. The Lord Buddha taught us what is the problematic things in us or around us. It is the unknowing or ignorance. Ignorance means you don't know. When you have the unknowing in you, it causes you to be blind to information. So we commit wrongdoings, unknowingly or mistakenly or misunderstandingly, and it causes damage to you physically and mentally, and it's the source or the beginning of karma, the cycle of karma. Once you have karma with you, the chance for you to improve yourself and to be happy, it will become less and less, and you have to struggle endlessly. This is the result of ignorance or unknowing. So it is of the fall of the intelligence or wisdom. Whenever we have ignorance, the wisdom is gone. We become blind to knowledge, and it will conceal our knowledge, our wisdom, and it will cause another trouble. So the Lord Buddha said that ignorance is the cause for everything, and it's also a cause for a cycle of birth and rebirth endlessly, and we have to come back, reborn, and suffer all the stages of life. So the root cause is the ignorance or unknowing. So we have to understand it. You may heard this word avijja, but you don't understand exactly what does it mean. Avijja, what is it exactly, how it looks like, and unknowing, what unknowing, we don't know about what. So the Lord Buddha taught in steps. There are three kinds of avijja. That is, you don't know the vedana or the feeling, the sense that you have when you suffer. And the other thing is ubekha vedana. We don't know about the fact of the emotion that we experience. We struggle to find ourselves happiness and pleasure that we want. So vedana is what drives us to have desire and obsess in things to experience, to get to own. So when you have ignorance, we would become enjoy and like things that please us and make us live in comfort, and so we kind of attach to them. Vedana, we think that Vedana is something we can control, we can possess, so we don't understand. We think only the tangible material wills are Vedana. Actually, it's not. So the Lord Buddha taught us to examine Vedana. Vedana become exist and disappear or gone. So we have something that gives us happiness. It was originated, it exists, and then it's gone. That is a cycle. That is so true. The truth. And sometimes we suffer because we lost something. But suffering is not different from happiness. It will be gone as well. So human, we have three kinds of Vedana that rotating to be in our mind, on and on in cycle. So we have to examine ourselves in our life, what human desire that we have, and once we got it, intentionally or unintentionally, that you feel happy, but that happiness will be faded away in either a sooner or better. We will then struggle to make money and serve ourselves as we desire again. So you want to have something, you get it, you are happy with it, and then it's gone. It's just a cycle of these things. So when you realize about this, you will know that this is not a true happiness. Once happiness is gone, then suffering will step in. So you feel torment in your mind. Why suffering is always with me? Actually, suffering will not be with you for too long. It will be faded away. Then you will become happy again. Sometimes it keeps rotating on and off endlessly. So Vedana is what we have in ourselves. So we should not adhere to it, not attach to it. Live by the nature. Don't attach to anything. Don't feel sad. Don't feel enjoy things too much. So if we practice like this, we will see the truth. What the Lord Buddha trying to point out for us. Talking about the Four Noble Truths that the Lord Buddha declared after his enlightenment, that is something that we need to know as humans. We don't know suffering, what it is like, what caused it, suffering from birth, from aging, from getting ill, or be deprived from something when someone passed away, our loved one passed away. This is suffering. These are sufferings we don't understand. We just follow our emotion. So live our life the way it takes us. We don't know what is the good. We cannot identify what is good and bad, and wrongdoing, right doing, and what's the truth. So, but if we examine it according to the fact, according to the Lord Buddha's teaching, we understand why, what caused such suffering. When we suffer something, it was like we are being tied up, being locked up. Let's imagine you are locked up for an hour. You would feel desperate, right? But suffering incarcerate you for days, weeks, months, years. Like when we first came into this world, we were in our mom's room for 9 months, couldn't move. That is what we suffer in the first place. That's the first step of our cycle of birth and rebirth, and we grow up and let's say meditate, we sit still for an hour or more than that, or one day cannot move at all, cannot go anywhere. That is also suffering. Those who were born as human, you are under the suffering condition. starting from the first step, that is, when you were in your mom's womb for 9 months. If we examine this thing carefully, we know that one day we are going to age, become weak, become less energy, and you will be less and less able to help yourself. And at that age, if you are not prepared, mentally you are in torment. But mentally, you were like a child, a boy, a girl. You want to walk around, you want to dance, you want to move here and there by yourself. But with your age, you couldn't do anything. You cannot lift heavy things, so cannot be so patient. So you are slow. You move slowly. That means you suffer from aging, and eventually you will get ill. Everything starts to be breaking apart. All the 4 elements that are composed to be your body are going to malfunction, and separate from piece to piece. So each part of your body, your organ, will suffer one by one. And some people may suffer something at their legs, their limbs, their proximities. So this kind of thing are what the Lord Buddha pointed out for us. When we get old, we will have ache and pain, more or less. It's different in person to person. Then death is the end of the cycle, the first cycle. So when we lost someone by death, the loved one died, we will be in grief. Then for the person who was dying, they would be scared. What will they be doing? Where will they be after this? So the Arya Sati, the great noble truth, fourfold, is something that if we understand it and apply it constantly, we will be no struggling at any age, at any stage of life. This is just something regular. It happens every lifetime of us. So, but for anyone who doesn't know about this greatest noble truth, the 4 greatest noble truth, they will be they will be suffering through all stages of life. So if we mistakenly think this thing is my belonging, we control it, we possess it, we can command it, demand it. That's wrong. That's misperception, because that will come to the word self. So when you think you are a self, you try to spoil yourself to please yourself, struggle every means. So you will love yourself too much, then it will become greed, and you will struggle doing everything just to please yourself. Whoever obstructs that from you, you will be angry at that person or that thing. And let's say you have it, you successfully have it, you'll be obsessing in the thing that you got. So you never stop and think about what caused such suffering. So suffering caused by you feeling attachment to items, to things around you, and misperceives that it's a self. Everything exists in certain kind of form, but actually it's not. This kind of obsession and misconception will bring all suffering to you physically and mentally, and eventually you will follow the path of most of the people that are struggling along the way until the end of your life. But if we try to understand what the Lord Buddha taught us, the 4 greatest noble truths, we will understand every stage of our life, understand the fact, the truth of it, and we will adapt ourselves accordingly. So we will not suffer, no matter in which state of life we are in, and we will not obsess in anything, and we will not cause us to come back into the samsara our cycle of birth and rebirth will become shorter. So for people who desire to be happy and be free from suffering, I think everyone wants the same thing. But the base resolution is that to follow the Lord Buddha's footsteps and enlighten and reach nirvana eventually. This is what the Lord Buddha had taught us so that and led us the way so that we can reach enlightenment and be at the supreme happiness eventually. It's starting from speak right, think right, work right, and be careful with every step, with everything you do. So it's the beginning of the path into the enlightenment in the end. For those who have ignorance, they don't know, they will be blind to this truth, and knowing that after death, where will they be? Many people still expect that after that they will go up to heaven like a lucky draw. No, it is not like that. It's just the effect of what you did. If you were so greedy, upsetting things, and so angry at people, you will fail. You will end up in hell, and then from hell you will reborn as animal. Whatever karma you did, it will be according. So whatever you do is what's recorded, good or bad, recorded, both of them, both of the kind. So sometimes if we don't know how can we be reborn as human and how to take us out to be led up to the heaven, how the people in the past or the noble monks passed away in a successful manner, that means he was going up to heaven and enjoy good living there. So if only we know the greatest noble truth, we are not going to suffer any hardship or difficulties. First of all, you have to be able to identify what is right doing, wrong doings, so that you will keep away from wrongdoing and keep doing right doing. But if you have ignorance, you will not know about this kind of thing, and so you will not be able to help yourself to go to the right direction. Sometimes you do wrongdoings unconsciously, and that is very dangerous and scary, very scary. If you have to end up in hell being tortured, it's super hot there, pain endlessly, according to the level of karma or bad deed that you did in your lifetime. So it's all suffering around you. And when you come back and reborn as human, your status will not be desirable. You will have difficulties, hardship. Sometimes your physical is not desirable in a desirable form or look. So karma is carried over through your lifetimes. So we have to know the method or how to stop that suffering. How can we help ourselves to not end up in hell, and how to be reborn as human with a very good condition, desirable condition, or how after that to go up to the higher or even highest level. So we have to know those know-how. So those sense that we have through our eyes, ears, noses, those are also ignorance, cause ignorance. Because if we like it, it pleases us very well, we would be obsessed in it and want to have more of it. And if we cannot have it, someone obstruct it, we will have anger and greed, against the thing, trying to struggle to have it because you're obsessed in it, and it will be buried in your mind. It's just like a garbage buried in your mind, deep in your mind. Because sometimes we can see that the decent person once associated with some intoxicating substance, or those bad people drinks, enjoy nightlife, something like that. They can turn themselves into like a bastard or something bad, a ruffian. So if we associate with bad person, one day we will be one of them. And those will bring to you only difficulties and hardship. So that is how ignorance can keep you within the samsara. And so we are going to come back and be born endlessly, and nothing can guarantee what are you going to be born as. So there were a lot of misperception and misunderstanding. If you have that perception or misunderstanding, you think the wrongdoing is the right doing. So you keep committing such. You will see the bad thing as a good thing, and you will follow that path, and then you will turn yourself into the wrongdoer. Do things that is convenient to you, which is not the right thing to do. And you enjoy doing wrongdoing eventually. So that's the result of wrong perception. And if you have wrong perception, wrong understanding, for too long or too much in depth or too deep, you will become like insane person, focusing on doing things that is not auspicious, not right doing, not give you any merit. That means for people to have ignorance in their mind, your memory will be distorted. They will remember things which is not according to the truth. They will become insane. Insane in this context means you don't understand what is right and wrong. And you think that your body, your figure, your physique is permanent, is self, is yourself, but it's not. Because we have to understand first that anyone who perceives that your body is permanent, that is the wrong belief, wrong perception, and that will lead you to wrongdoings, and then you will reborn in the cycle of samsara endlessly. These are all because of the ignorance. Ignorance leads to misperception, misunderstanding, and wrongdoings. Some don't understand the cycle of birth and rebirth or samsara, so all the truth and dhamma will be hidden from them, hidden by what, or concealed by what? By the ignorance. And so what they do mostly are wrongdoing, and such will make them to come back, reborn, on and on and on, endlessly. So anything that gives you the right understanding, you must be conscious and follow the Lord Buddha's teaching. Try to understand what He taught us, and you have to observe sila or precepts at all times and make it, very strict, that is to say. So you will automatically clear all the suffering from your life. So ignorance is the unknown persons. Wherever they are, they cause damage to everywhere, even to perform the task, to do the job, and to conduct themselves, spending their life. It's all damage, it's all mistake made by him or her. So Dhamma is the means to get people out of ignorance. Without ignorance, you become a knowing person. You know things, you have right perception, right understanding and so right doing. So our duty is to understand the danger of the ignorance and get rid of all of it from us, so to become a knowing person. So we will eventually understand the noble truth and reach higher level of the noble truth and apply it to our living. And we will stop wrongdoings because we can identify that this is wrongdoing, so you stop doing that or refrain from doing that in the first place. So eventually, if we keep practicing like this, we will follow the path of the Lord Buddha, which is safe and clear and free from ignorance. So we have to be conscious with our body, our feeling, our sense, and improve yourself accordingly. When you have these all things, you will be able to identify human desire, and so you will keep yourself away from being the slave of those human desires. You are not controlled by them. You can win. You can control your own mind effectively, and such will lead you out of sufferings. This is the way of those who want to reach nirvana at the end. Number one, you need to get rid of ignorance. Right now, we are all here making merit and walking the right path by meditating and observing precepts. This is one of the means to get rid of ignorance. So what you are doing right now will be the factor for you to reach what you wish for, according to what the Lord Buddha guided and taught us. So I wish you all to be away or free from any black magic, any misfortune, any grief, any illness, any pandemic. And your enemy will be disappear, will be over, and be rich with life necessities, and be successful at work, at home, and at studying Dhamma, and be intelligent person with intelligence, wisdom, and intuition, and have completed all factors that will lead you to successful Dhamma practicing, and to end the chance for you to to make the chance for you to end up in hell to be zero, and reach the progress of the practicing Dhamma until you reach enlightenment and nirvana eventually. Now dedicating, pouring ceremony, dedicating merit to everyone that you can think of. Also towards the end, make a wish for yourself.
Sapi tiyo vivacantu sapalo vinasatu.
This is the part that you should make a wish for yourself.
Hawa apiwa tanda sile sanitjang uttha pacayino Cattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuwanyo sukhang Alang bhavatu sapphalang khalang lakhantu sappa devata sappa buddhanubhavena sattha soti bhavantu te bhavantu sappa mangkhalang lakhantu sappa devata sappa dhamma nubhavena sattha soti bhavantu te bhavantu sappa mangkhalang lakhantu sappa devata sappa sangkhanu bhavena sattha soti bhavantu te.
Sadhu. All the blessing that is extended to us by Lungพ่อกิจกิจจาโร, we all accept it humbly accept it with faith. May those blessings become true as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now all the items that are peeled, neatly made, provided, auspicious, all kind of items are the belongings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, the Lord Buddha and the Bodhisattva. So great volume of merit already taken place, and everyone, human and spirits, are already received merit, all of them. So I am now, as the representative of the triple gems, sacrifice this thing back to you all so that you can use it, apply it, spend it for happiness and for all auspicious reasons without any negative results from having these items or using or eating. Thank you. Bye.